What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Barcelona have just defeated Sevilla 5-1 at Montjuic. 5-1. The Flickinator in this Barca team, I've run out of adjectives to describe them so far this season. Honestly, they shock me every time. Every single week, I'm more and more impressed by the way that Barca are playing, by the way that Hansi Flick is coaching, and honestly cannot be happier. This is the exact performance that you want going into these next two games. The two biggest games of the season so far, Bayern Munich on Wednesday in the UCL and Real Madrid on Saturday in La Liga. You could have asked for a better performance to get you into that goal-scoring mood, but that's what this game did. Barca, I think they're averaging over 3 goals a game this season. You know how insane that is? I think it's over 3.3 goals a game this season. That's honestly ridiculous, man. Hansi Flick, thank you so much, man. You've re-injected the joy of football back into my veins and the joy of watching my team once again, and I honestly cannot be happier. I cannot thank you enough. You beautiful man. The Flickinator always delivers. In this game today, bro, look, Sevilla, I understand they're not a great team, but Barca, man, every team look pedestrian at this point. Barcelona make every single team look pedestrian. They honestly do. Like 5 goals. Just it's routine for Barca at this point to score 5, to score 7, to score 4. It's crazy. And today, man, 5 goals, like I said, 3 of them came in the first half. Lewandowski had the first goal penalty, and Leo continues to be probably the best striker in the world so far this season. Converts that penalty beautifully after they found Rafinha in the box. The second goal was a beautiful goal. What a majestic goal from Barcelona. Rafinha carries the ball forward, he leaves it for Lewa. Lewa holds the ball, finds Lamine Yamal making that run in all that space on the right hand side. Lamine Yamal carries the ball forward, he plays it back to Koundé. Koundé smartly lets the ball go through his legs, and then it goes right to Pedri, and Pedri with a beautiful finish. And I want to talk about Pedri more later on in this video when we get to individual players, but he's just been amazing this season. That goal was fantastic, man. That goal was so nice. The Sevilla keeper obviously gets a hand to it, but the shot was just too good from Pedri, and obviously ends up in the back of the net. And that goal was just such a that goal was so well worked. Everything, every aspect of that goal was amazing. The finish from Pedri, the build-up, Koundé with the awareness to let it go through his legs. Everything was perfect in that goal. The third goal obviously comes from a Rafinha shot that was going wide, and Lewandowski gets a foot on it. Thankfully, he's onside and obviously goes in the back of the net. And then the second half was boring for the most part, but then we got to see Pablo Torre come off the bench and score a brace in 2 really weird goals. I mean, all of his goals are either deflections or they're like that fucking free kick that he took. That was a weird free kick. I did not expect that, obviously, to go in. I thought Inigo got a head on it, but he didn't at all. I mean, that was just like a finesse free kick that bounced and went in. I understand that sometimes when that happens, the keepers get confused and don't know what to do. So obviously, great goal from Pablo Torre coming off the bench. But yeah, man, today was just such a majestic performance from Barca. Again, the first half was total domination. Like Barca have been dominating these first halves for the most part this season. They really have been. And the second half was just a breeze. And today was no different, like I said. And the game today was just so beautiful to watch. I want to talk about some individual players that really stood out to me. Because honestly, man, we got to talk about Marc Gasol, who continues to be amazing. I mean, he played so well today, was so good in that defensive role. Barca, Sevilla created a couple chances in that first half, and like when they were in transition. But for the most part, I thought he held his own. He held his own really well. I thought Inigo and Pau Cubarsí were both so good, man. I thought Inigo and Pau Cubarsí were fantastic. Most notably Pau Cubarsí, because throughout this run, Inigo has been getting most of the praise, but Pau Cubarsí, let's not forget, man, he's only 17 years old, and he's right up there with some of the best youngsters already in world football that we knew. But I feel like he hasn't been talked about as much this season, but he's been fantastic. Today, with his feet, he was so good, as he always is, and also defensively, I don't think he lost a single challenge today. I didn't see him lose a single challenge. He was always in the right place at the right time. He was fantastic today. And Barca's backline as a whole today, to me, played fantastic. Koundé had a really good game. And Balde had a good game as well going forward. But yeah, to me, Barca and that back line, except for maybe Iñaki, we'll get to Iñaki a little bit later on in this video. But I think that back line, especially those 2 center backs, played so well. So well, especially Cubarsí. I really want to shout out Cubarsí because to me, he was fantastic. Like I said, Casal in the midfield was amazing. Pedri, I mean, dude, the guy is insane. I don't know what Hansi Flick has. Look, Hansi Flick has gotten the most out of basically every Barca player this season. They're playing to another level than they were under Xavi. But Pedri is one of those guys, kind of like Rafinha and Lewandowski, and even Lamine Yamal, who's just taking his game up to another level. And Pedri getting to another level is difficult because even like we know how good he is, but this other level he's gotten to has been insane. He was everywhere on the pitch. He was involved in every phase of the build-up. He was getting the ball deep. He was obviously making plays in the final third like he usually does because he's one of the best final third players in world football, in my opinion, especially that final ball. He's so good at it. And today, man, with that goal, what a finish. And Pedri to me is just, I mean, hopefully, I really hope we can see this guy stay healthy for the whole season. Because if he stays healthy for the whole season and Barca continue to play like this, we're going to go into next season talking about him being the best midfielder in the world because right now he's in the conversation for that. He's been that gross this year. Amazing, man. What a performance from Pedri today. Now we move on to the front line. I want to talk about Lamine Yamal. Obviously today got an assist for that Pedri goal. I think Lamine was fantastic, man. That Trivela pass that he played to Rafinha on that offside goal. I mean, that's a new thing that he has in his locker now, the Trivela pass. And it's beautiful, man. The way that he plays that ball, he's so good at that shit. He is so good at that. But yeah, man, to me, Lamine Yamal had a great game. Obviously didn't score, but still had an assist. So so that 40 GA prediction is going to come true, guys. I'm telling you, that 40 GA prediction is going to come true for Lamine Yamal. I think he was fantastic today. Rafinha played centrally today. Everywhere on the pitch, bro. I mean, this guy's so good. How good is Rafinha, man? The best Brazilian in the world right now. And it's really not up for debate. The best Brazilian in the world right now is Rafinha. The guy is amazing, man. He's honestly been so good this season under Hansi Flick. I'm so happy for Rafinha and the way that he's playing because honestly he deserves it. Obviously he didn't get his goal today, but you know he got an assist in a way because he's the one that shot that ball and Leo was the one that deflected it. But again, I thought Rafinha was fantastic. I thought Leo was amazing, man. I mean the way that he's been playing this season. Again, I've apologized to him multiple times. But I'm going to do it one more time because he really deserves an apology from me because he was fantastic today, man. And the way that he's playing, he has 19 goals already, I'm pretty sure. Or no, he has 12 goals in 10 games. I don't know why I said that. He has 12 goals in 10 games so far in La Liga. He had 19, all of last season. So he's going to break that record easily, and he's probably going to score 30 goals this year in the league, which, again, I did not see coming. I think most Barca fans, again, I was maybe a little bit more on the Lewandowski's. I was, like, very far into the Lewandowski's watch side of things. But, again, even if you thought Lewandowski was still good, you didn't think he was going to be this good. No one thought he was going to be this good because after what we saw last year, we did not expect this, but he's been fantastic. And then I want to talk about Ansu Fati, man, because, look, Ansu is a guy who you have to be very patient with because he's been through a lot in his career. He's very young, but he's had a very long career. And obviously with Barca, it's been, you know, it's kind of been up and down with him so far. He went on loan. He was there the year before, and it wasn't great. And today he gets the start over Ferran Torres. Look, I'll take Ansu Fati over Ferran Torres any day. I'll take him any day. But today, I couldn't really tell a difference. And I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but that's the only thing I could say. I could not tell a difference between Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres. But again, Ansu, he's still trying to gain his confidence back, ease his way back into things. He hasn't been part of the squad like Ferran Torres for the past year. He was obviously on loan, got injured in the preseason, and now he's kind of finally getting back into that groove. So I don't expect him to be this bad, but today, he was our worst attacker by far. And you could honestly argue he was the worst player on the pitch when he was on the pitch. Didn't really get much going. Pedri gave him a chance in that second half that he could have converted. Obviously missed it, but that would have been nice to see him get a goal. But yeah, to me, Ansu today was not great. He just wasn't great. But yeah, man, this Barca team, bro, it's amazing to watch. Pablo Torre, like I said, comes off the bench and scores a brace. Gavi, man, we got to talk about Gavi making his return 11 months after tearing his ACL. What a beautiful moment to see him get the captain's armband and to finally see him out on the pitch. And what does he do the second he gets on the pitch? He makes a challenge. That's just what he does, man. It's in his DNA, bro. It's in there. It's what he's made of, bro. He's so fun to watch. I'm so happy that Gavi's back. And this team, bro, I'm warning all of Europe right now. It's going to be scary hours once this team it's already getting fully healthy. But man, this bench, once it gets deeper with Olmo and Frankie de Jong and Gavi and Araujo still has to come back. Araujo's going to be so gross in the system. Christensen, Lord knows when he's going to come back. I mean, we don't know when Christensen's coming back. It's more of the Malaysia flight is more of a fucking mystery at this point. I don't know why I always use the Malaysia flight, but it is more of a mystery at this point than Christensen's injury. I don't know what's going on with Christensen, but again, he's still part of the squad, so he's going to probably come back at some point. And yeah, man, for me, this team, but it's just going to be insane. But again, Gavi, I was so happy to see him back on the pitch today, honestly. Barca fans were talking about how they had tears in their eyes watching Gavi come onto the pitch. And honestly, bro, I can't say I disagree. I cannot say I disagree because Gavi is fantastic, man. What a joy to watch. And that guy is going to be obviously pivotal for us this season. Missed him so much last season. We missed his spark. We missed his energy. We missed his tenacity. And like I said today, the moment he came on the pitch, you saw that tenacity, that spark, that energy. And it obviously, it did Barca well. And a game that could not have gone more perfect. To see Gavi come onto the pitch healthy after that ACL injury, honestly, you cannot ask for a better Sunday and a better Barca game. But that's really what Barca have done to us this season, man. They're just giving us joy. They're giving us joy every single week. And I'm so happy that I get to support this team and I get to root for this team and I get to call this team my team because honestly, man, it's been fantastic to watch. And today, like I said, 5-1. Like I said in the beginning, I understand Sevilla is not the best team. I get that, trust me. But man, it was a dominant performance. Two things that I want to talk about though. Two things that did kind of concern me because I forgot to talk about Iñaki Peña, so we got to do that real quick. And I also want to talk about that Sevilla goal. Obviously, we don't keep the clean sheet. That's going to be an issue, I fear, against Bayern and Real Madrid teams that have a lot of quality, especially speed up top. I know Harry Kane's not speedy, but, you know, Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry, you know, those guys that have speed, and also Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo. That high line, it's worked for the most part this season, you know, drawing teams offside, but that's something that can come back to bite us in the ass. That is something that can come back to bite us in the ass because, again, Against Sevilla, it can work, but we saw that guy with speed. I mean, he just blew by the defense and obviously got that ball behind and finished it beautifully. But again, that's one thing that concerns me is that high line, because I do feel like against a more talented team, it can go back to bite. It can come back to bite us in the ass. But I've seen that high line work really well in terms of drawing teams offside. So I believe that Hansi Flick is going to get it right for those two teams. Those two games, I don't think he's going to be so naive as to just play it and just willy-nilly play it like that as if we were playing young boys. Obviously, there's going to be some tactical adjustments against Bayern and obviously Real Madrid because they're better teams. I don't know Hansi Flick knows that. But again, that kind of scares me a little bit. And also, let's talk about Iñaki Peña. Everybody's shitting on him for that goal. That's really not his fault. I mean, he can't really save that, honestly, bro. Like, the guy's right in front of him. It's a one-on-one. He tucks it beautifully into the far post. It's a really hard shot to save. Most keepers are not saving that. But Iñaki Peña, I'm going to say one more time, he never instills confidence, and he never makes saves. When was the last time you watched Iñaki Peña and thought, wow, that was an insane save he made? It rarely ever happens. And to win these big competitions, you got to have a keeper that can make huge saves. Thibaut Courtois yesterday in that game against Celta Vigo, he made some huge saves, man. He makes saves that you're like, holy fuck, how did he save that? You know, Bayern still have Manuel Neuer. We cannot roll into those games. I know Hansi Flick is counting on Iñaki Peña. He said that he's going to start against Bayern. I don't know why he would. I don't know why you would do that. You signed Szczesny for a reason, man. There's a reason why you went out and signed Szczesny in desperation. You got a guy out of retirement just so you don't play Iñaki Peña. So play him because obviously Iñaki is just not good enough. He's just clearly not good enough for me. Again, I'm not going to put that goal on him because it's a really difficult shot to save. But he's not a guy who can rely on every single week to actually make big saves and actually save your team. Because at some point, you're going to have your keeper save your team from a goal. And Iñaki Peña just can't do that. He just simply can't do that. With his feet, honestly, subpar. Every time he comes out of his box, my fucking heart sinks. I get bubble guts because I'm about to shit my pants watching Iñaki Peña do what he's about to do. Honestly, I am. So again, for me, those are my 2 points of concern in this game. Again, a 5-1 win. If you want to pick, if you want to criticize, you got to nitpick, and those are my 2 nitpicky things. I don't think this high line is going to be. I hope this high line can obviously can work against Bayern and Real Madrid because it's been working for the most part. But those teams have a lot of talent, especially up top with speed. So again, that concerns me a little bit, but not as much as Iñaki Peña, who's again that second goal. I'm going to say one more time, not on him. That first second goal, that goal that Sevilla scored, not on him. But again, he just doesn't give us confidence. I don't think any Barca fan can watch that team, can watch Iñaki Peña on the pitch and think that guy gives me confidence that he's actually gonna do well against Mbappe and Harry Kane and Sané and all those guys. So again, for me, that's one thing that Hansi Flick has to get out of his head, the fact that he's gonna start Iñaki Peña because it's not gonna work. But yeah, man, for the most part, other than that, I'm super happy with the win. Lamine Yamal got an assist. Lewa got a brace. Paulo Torre comes off the bench and scores a goal. Cubarsí and Inigo look so good. Gavi finally comes on and makes his debut. Pedri looks amazing. Casado looks amazing. Ansu didn't play so well. That would have been the icing on the cake if Ansu played well, but again, that didn't happen. But yeah, man, that's all I got to say. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this game. They're the 2 biggest games of the season coming up, so obviously super excited for that. Bayern and Real Madrid. And this is the test for Barca this season. People are going to determine whether Barca are frauds this year based on these next 2 games. 2 of our biggest rivals, back-to-back, Bayern and Madrid. It's time to prove them wrong, and it's time to prove us right. Let's do it, man. Come on, guys. You can do it. Now I'm suddenly part of the team. I'm the fucking coach. Come on, guys. You can do it. I believe in this team, and I think we're going to get 2 wins. I believe Barca are going to get 2 wins in the next 2 games. I really believe that with every fiber in my being. And yeah, man, we're going to see what happens. We'll wait to see next week. And yeah, I love every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I apologize for my stream, by the way. If you guys were in the stream, it froze. My Streamlabs just crashed, so I couldn't really go live again. But again, I apologize for that. But if you came out to the stream, I appreciate you. And yeah, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. But yeah, man, I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.